From the terrifying rockfall that crushed a car flat, to the massive fertilizer warehouse explosion in Beirut that destroyed an entire large facility, and even a horrifying landslide that happened in an instant, every most dramatic moment and lesson can be found on WEWIN. Let's go. We can't talk about world-shaking events without mentioning Beirut. Sitting on a strategic port along the Mediterranean coast, Beirut has long been a vital hub for regional trade. Thanks to this advantage, the city handles and moves massive volumes of heavy-duty cargo. Everything from fuel and chemicals to industrial materials, including fertilizers. Some types of fertilizer, especially ammonium nitrate, are widely used in agriculture but carry dangerous chemical properties. When stored improperly, exposed to high heat, or subjected to strong impact, they can become highly explosive. This combination, a huge stockpile of the substance left sitting in the port for years, and poor safety conditions that led to the Beirut explosion of 2020, similar to the bomb explosion in Iran. Damages exceeding $15 billion and thousands of people affected. When something meant to nourish the land turned into a source of devastating destruction in a single explosive moment. Texas is a state located in the southern United States, known as the Lone Star State, is the second largest state in the USO by both size and population, playing a key role in the nation's energy, technology, agriculture, and culture. United States, Texas. We can't leave out St. Louis when talking to you about wild moments caught on camera, sitting in the US. Midwest prime tornado territory. The city got hit by an EF3 tornado on the 16th of May, 2025, and the whole thing was caught on CCTV. In the footage, 3 parked cars are just chilling when the twister rolls through. The first car on the left gets its hood straight up ripped open, while the second one gets shoved sideways like it's nothing, showing just how insane the wind force was in seconds. One quick pass, and everything goes from calm to chaos, proof that when a tornado hits, things can go south real fast. Surrounded by mountains to the east, west, and north, with the fertile Jiangnan Plain in the center, Hubei province in China is known as the Land of 1,000 Lakes. It was the heart of Chu culture during the spring and autumn and Warring States periods, and played a key role in major historical eras, such as the Three Kingdoms in the Ming-Qing dynasties. Because of its mountainous terrain and dense river and lake systems, combined with frequent heavy rainfall, the region is highly prone to landslides. At the same time, we can't ignore another factor. Intensive human development has also contributed to the instability. Because of its mountainous terrain and dense river and lake systems, combined with frequent heavy rainfall, the region is highly prone to landslides. At the same time, we can't ignore another factor. Intensive human development has also contributed to the instability. About 800,000 cubic meters of earth and rock shifted and crashed down from above, wiping out large areas of citrus orchards and part of the road. Fortunately, no injuries or missing persons were reported. The landslide was caused by prolonged heavy rain, which saturated the weathered soil and rock, weakened their cohesion, and triggered the collapse. Sharjah is one of the 7 emirates of the United Arab Emirates, located along the Arabian Gulf next to Dubai. It has long been ruled by the Al Qasimi family, who control major policies including trade, development, and infrastructure. Despite its proximity to Dubai, drainage has remained a persistent issue. April 2024, the UAE saw its heaviest rainfall in 75 years, hitting Sharjah hard. On April 16, strong winds tore through the streets, ripping apart market stalls. A man walking by was suddenly knocked down by a powerful gust and had to cling to nearby goods to avoid being blown away. Rain followed, driven sideways into sharp streaks. A trash bin rolled rapidly down the street, pushed by the wind. Soon after, dense hail struck a parked car, denting metal and cracking glass within minutes. By April 17, the area was flooded. Streets turned into pools, cars were partially submerged, and traffic stalled as vehicles became trapped. Across the UAE, damages exceeded $3 billion. Doda is a transition zone between 2 climates in Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu, at the foothills of the Shivalik Hills, with a humid subtropical climate, and the Kashmir Valley, known for its mild weather, green meadows, lakes, and Mughal gardens. Because of this, temperature swings here are significant, driving constant mountain weathering. On the morning of the 14th of March, 2026, a man and his group headed to work at the Pakal Dual hydropower site. Everything seemed normal until one of them noticed something off about the mountainside. Standing at a distance, he quickly pulled out his phone and started recording. The footage went viral within a day. A series of rockfalls struck Doda and nearby areas from March 14-16. The ground cracked open and debris rushed down like a flood, swallowing everything in its path. At least one person lost their lives, and heavy machinery was buried. Calabria is an administrative region in southern Italy, located in the Mediterranean. Surrounded by the sea on 3 sides, its landscape is mostly hills and mountains, with the Aspromonte range in the south. The climate here is shaped by passing low-pressure systems, bringing bursts of intense rain in short periods. In March 2026, Calabria made headlines across Italy after relentless downpours hit the region, triggering widespread landslides and flooding. What you're about to see is the aftermath of days of non-stop rain.
Ancora che ti scendere su Mangiano! Ti ho detto io che Mannaia! Mannaia! Non è che sei stata su cosa non hai mai l'ha capita lui! Mannaia! Mannaia! Su cosa non hai mai fuggire!
Around 70% of residents face this risk every year and are well prepared. But this time, it pushed things over the edge.
Mera! Comba, tutto in diretta, comba! Tutto in diretta, le piate!
Nepal is a landlocked country between India and China's Tibet Autonomous Region, famous for the Himalayas and Mount Everest. But those sky-high mountains also mean frequent rockfalls, and this is one wild example. A truck got stuck on a debris-covered road, and people nearby had a bad feeling the slope above was about to give way. The driver almost went back, but instead backed off, grabbed his bag, and stepped away. A massive boulder came out of nowhere, completely wrecking the truck, crushing it flat, and sending it off the cliff. Thank God, one call saved his life. Nestled along the Missouri River in the heart of the Midwest, Omaha is a major hub of trade, transportation, and technology, known for its rich history and innovative spirit. In late July 2024, the sky over Omaha suddenly shifted. A massive storm line swept across the Midwest and slammed into Nebraska. In late July 2024, the sky over Omaha suddenly shifted. A massive storm line swept across the Midwest and slammed into Nebraska.
Report, but that's the point. This is the National Weather Service has severe thunderstorm warning, and to your point, no.
Nearby, trees snapped like toothpicks. The big tree out front bent, cracked, and came crashing down.
Stay back, stay back. Holy cow, holy crap.
This wasn't your average storm. A clash of cold and warm, humid air created wind gusts over 150 kilometers per hour ripping through the city. Within hours, more than 200,000 homes lost power. Omaha was essentially knocked offline, with damages reaching around $30 million.
Well, I missed the basketball hoop.
Atami, located on the eastern edge of the Izu Peninsula, is home to about 39,000 people and has a long history of landslide risk due to its volcanic terrain. In 1958, the Kanagawa Typhoon 1958 triggered severe floods and landslides across the region, causing widespread damage. More than half a century later, another landslide struck Atami in July 2021. A resident captured the moment. An entire neighborhood was overwhelmed by a wave of mud. The landslide moved like a massive force downhill, tearing apart homes and sweeping away vehicles. In under 30 minutes, more than 130 houses and resort buildings were destroyed. Disaster followed 4 days of heavy rain and saturated soil. A dense flow of mud stretched nearly 2 kilometers from the mountains to the sea, in some places rising above 2-story buildings. Over 600 people were evacuated in time, but many were left without homes, facing a long recovery ahead. There was a vineyard in the middle of harvest season that suffered heavy losses after a rainstorm lasting 2 days and 1 night. Thousands of tons of grapes could not be harvested. We found little information, but it led us to something much bigger. Iowa, a Midwestern state known for agriculture and clean living, has seen increasingly unpredictable weather due to global climate changes. On the 10th of August 2020, a man inside his home heard a strange noise. His fence was already being ripped from the ground. He grabbed his camera and started filming. A massive storm tore roofs off buildings and uprooted large trees. Wind speeds comparable to a Category 3 hurricane. Damages reached an estimated $12 billion, making it one of the most destructive wind events in Iowa in a decade. Over 65% of the city's trees were destroyed. Power outages lasted for weeks, and 4 people lost their lives. This derecho formed from a clash of cold and warm, humid air, creating a massive line of connected storm clouds common in flat, humid regions like the Midwest, Germany, Poland, and India. At its core, this is a system made up of dozens to hundreds of storm clouds connected into a single line. And we sure that certainly won't be the last time something like this happens here. Sichuan is known for its bold, spicy food, but that taste comes from the environment people live in. In the humid basin, the air is thick and damp, while just to the west, the land rises sharply toward Tibet, turning into steep, unstable mountains. This mix of moisture and rugged terrain doesn't just shape daily life, it slowly weakens the land itself, setting the stage for sudden landslides that can strike without warning. In early 2026, while traveling, a man noticed something unusual. He slowed down and stopped abruptly before a section of mountain. A dashcam from another car captured images of a landslide on a highway in Sichuan. No injuries were reported, but the road was completely blocked, causing a traffic jam. It took time for rescue teams to arrive and clear the debris before the road could be reopened. You can't leave out Times Square when talking about near-miss events that almost shook the world. Right in the heart of New York City, it's one of the most packed places on the planet. And with its political and economic symbolism, it's more than just crowded. It's a high-stakes target. What happened next felt like a dodged a bullet moment that could have gone down very differently. 2010 Times Square car bombing attempt. A car loaded with fuel, fireworks, and gas tanks was parked right in the square. But the device failed to detonate. Smoke tipped people off, and police jumped in fast to shut it down before things went sideways. Located along the coast in Keelung, Chaojing Park is known for its rugged shoreline rocks and wide-open ocean views, a spot that feels super chill and totally safe. But in June 2024, the area suddenly saw a major landslide. A huge mass of dirt and rock came crashing down from the hillside above, slamming onto the road next to the park. Burying and trapping multiple vehicles, everything went down so fast, people barely had time to react. The slide wrecked around 9/11 vehicles and left a few people with minor injuries, but no fatalities since many had already stepped out for a picnic. The coastal road was completely shut down for days, taking nearly a week to clear and get things back up and running. Mount Unzen is an active volcanic complex near Shimabara in Nagasaki Prefecture. It is one of Japan's most well-known and dangerous volcanoes, known for violent eruptions and complex geological activity. The deadliest disaster occurred in 1792, when part of the mountain collapsed into the sea, triggering a tsunami up to 100 meters high that killed around 15,000 people, the worst natural disaster in Japan's history. 2 centuries later, on the 3rd of June 1991, Unzen erupted again. A pyroclastic flow, a fast-moving surge of superheated gas, ash, and rock suddenly rushed down the slope. The footage you're about to see is a rare piece of history, captured in the heat of the moment. A total of 43 people were killed, including scientists and journalists. A scorching cloud of ash and gas engulfed the area within minutes. Most victims died from suffocation after inhaling ash and toxic gases, while the extreme heat caused severe burns, almost instantly caught off guard with no chance to escape. The Jammu-Srinagar Highway is a vital lifeline connecting Jammu to Srinagar, India. On the 8th of July 2023, after intense rainfall, the stretch between the Nandini tunnels suddenly got swallowed as the road collapsed and was washed away. A whole section basically vanished, completely cutting off traffic. The moment was caught on camera by a passerby just in time. What happened nearly turned into a disaster. After just one night of rain, this critical road went from solid to gone, proof that nature can flip everything in a split second. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it so more people can enjoy it. And don't forget to share your thoughts with us so we can improve the content. Thank you, and see you in the next videos.